Coming up, cold temperatures are on the way here in the coastal bend, and TxDOT is already preparing. What's being done to keep roads safe in just a bit.
Plus, we have an update on the crash in Robstown that claimed the lives of 3 people. Your Chris 6 Sunrise starts now.
Well, hey, good Friday morning, everyone. Thanks for watching Chris 6 Sunrise, and as always, waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, thank goodness it's Friday, right? We got to check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how our weather and roads are looking, especially with the cold arriving. But first, how's your day, Stephen?
You know, it's not going too bad, thank you, Michelle. It's looking like a pretty nice morning in the 60s, so compared to Monday where we were in the 30s and where we're going to be again heading into this weekend, I am definitely a fan of this Friday weather. The only trouble is a little bit of fog starting to develop in some of our areas. Here's a live look from our SBID Skycam. 63 degrees on the board and starting to see a few more cars on SBID there, but still, traffic's still nice and smooth as we're heading out there for a good and green Friday morning. As we're looking at the fog and the visibility issues, seeing the worst of it up towards Rockport and also definitely towards the south, towards Kingsville and Falfurrias. Those visibilities down to about 1.3 and 1.7 miles now, respectively. Also that fog off to the north, but here in Corpus Christi, at least over by the International Airport, coming in clear, just barely starting to see some of those reduced visibilities work their way over towards the Naval Air Station. Through the rest of the day, we're going to hold on to a lot of that cloud cover and a couple of isolated showers, so keep that umbrella handy. Either way, those temperatures rise up towards about 80 degrees as we're heading into the afternoon. And as I give you a quick look at that traffic, look at all the good and green flow we have across the coastal bend this morning. So getting right into it here with some of our major roadways in Corpus Christi, not tracking any of those slowdowns, so good and green here. And over towards Flower Bluff, not only seeing those trouble issues as you work your way towards the schools, but other than that, a good and green Friday morning.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Appreciate it. So Governor Greg Abbott has issued a disaster declaration for 134 counties in the state. This will allow for the deployment of state resources to keep Texans safe during the severe winter conditions that are expected over the weekend. Abbott, who is joined by members of various agencies, including ERCOT and TxDOT, urged Texans to prepare in advance.
Bottom line is that because the storm is coming in, because we know it's coming in, we have the ability for our fellow Texans to get prepared now.
And the governor also emphasized the importance of staying home and avoiding driving during these extreme conditions if he can.
To drip or not to drip? That's the question many homeowners are asking, especially with those Stage 3 water restrictions in place. Well, senior neighborhood news reporter Suzanne Stevens spoke with a CCW official who says dripping your faucet should only happen after other steps are taken. CCW says homeowners should start outside first by insulating exposed pipes, covering outdoor spigots, and draining any unused irrigation lines.
If the homeowner feels that all of those measures are not enough to protect the home, then it is recommended to drip the faucet that's the farthest extent of the house.
And folks, the city emphasizes one faucet, a slight drip, and only when necessary. They also recommend catching that water and reusing it when possible.
So TxDOT is now having crews hard at work preparing for roadways for that possible freezing rain and icy conditions. Crews were out pre-treating roads on Thursday, placing brine, which is a mixture of salt and water. This helps prevent ice from building up on the roadways. All elevated roadways across Corpus Christi's district's 10 counties, including major bridges like the JFK and Nueces Bay Causeways, as well as the Nueces River Bridge.
We have a two-step process. We'll brine it first, hope that we don't get any ice accumulated. If we do, we'll come back with the ice rock.
The Harbor Bridge will be pre-treated by the Harbor Bridge developer, and barricades will be staged at major entrance ramps.
AAA says they're getting their fleet ready too for the weekend, but there's stuff you could be doing too, like making sure your tires have enough air and your gas tank is full. Miguel Martinez-Val reports.
Pumping gas and filling tires. Just a few of several errands Dan Brown's running ahead of the weekend storm.
Definitely not going to cut it close, 'cause I'm not sure exactly when everything's going to come through, but got to take care of some things today and some last minute stuff tomorrow.
AAA adding to the list of things everyone should take care of before the weather hits.
A vehicle emergency kit is one of the best things you can do ahead of time. So that means the basics. We also think about jumper cables, a first aid kit, a flashlight with fresh batteries in it.
But also winter essentials like shovels, extra wiper fluid, something that creates traction like kitty litter to put behind your wheels if you get stuck, a change of clothes, snacks, and a phone charger.
It is always better to have these things and not need them as opposed to needing them and not having them.
AAA is preparing their fleet for a long few days. They'll have all hands on deck with over 130 employees and more than 80 trucks helping people with all kinds of emergencies.
Our busiest time is when the snow stops. Because most people, if it snows, just say it's going to get 6 inches, you stay home, we're slow. It's once the snow stops, that's when everybody goes to start the car. It won't start.
AAA tells me the most common call they get with these storms and the cold weather, dead batteries. So they have these trucks full of batteries. They'll come out and they'll install them. But something you could do at home to prevent your car battery from dying, turning your car on every 2 days, at least 15 minutes. Of course, drivers are hoping the storm passes quick and doesn't result in them staying stuck at home for too long.
I hate moving snow.
Yeah.
You know, I hate being stuck in the house. Just got to go to work. I got to pay bills. You know, I want to be able to function.
Here in your neighborhood, in anticipation of the inclement weather, the city will open 2 overnight refugee centers from this Saturday to next Thursday. Neighbors can get out of the cold at the Ben Garza Gym on Howard Street, as well as the Del Mar College Windward Campus FEMA Dome entrance number 1 at Old Brownsville Road. The city will also open 4 daytime warming centers on Sunday. All public libraries and senior centers are also available during regular operating hours. The RTA will be providing free rides to any of these destinations.
Well, howdy and happy Friday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a live look now at our USS Lexington cam, thanks to First Community Bank. Waking up to the 60s out there, 66 degrees here at the USS Lexington cam, and not too bad if you ask me, but starting to see just a little bit more of that fog working into our Corpus Christi area. Luckily, visibility is not too bad as of right now. Temperatures across the board, though, are in those 60s, 65 in Mathis, 67 to the northwest in Cotulla, 62 as we work our way just a little bit southwest in Kingsville this morning. And we're going to have that cloud cover pretty much all day either way overhead. That's all thanks to this stalled frontal boundary working over the Lone Star State, but as we work just a little bit further towards the north, we've got that next shot of cold air on the way, making its way into Arkansas and Oklahoma as of right now. And as we look at our future tracker, it's going to arrive in our neck of the woods as we head into tomorrow. For today, like I said, pretty warm and cloudy, going to be chasing 80 degrees for that daytime high. A few isolated and scattered showers are going to be around on the radar, but they're going to be pretty light and brief at that. So keep the umbrella handy, because either way as we go into tomorrow, going to see a pickup in that activity, even a couple rumbles of thunder as we're going into tomorrow morning. And this is that next model that sped up the timing of the cold front just a little bit. Right now wants to bring it in around 6 a.m. Most of the model averages right now have it around 9 a.m. So either way, it's moved up in timing just slightly, and that's going to make us just a little bit colder as we head into Sunday morning. Taking a look at our temperatures here, already falling into the 40s, the lower 40s there in George West and Beeville by 5 p.m. by 5 p.m. tomorrow, I should say, into those upper 40s here in Corpus Christi by that time. So still dealing with some scattered showers, but as we head into Sunday morning, where it gets a little trickier, those freezing temperatures try to make their way into northern portions of the area, and that's where we would see the best chance for any of those freezing rain accumulations out there. Right now wants to put us in maybe a couple hundredths of an inch up towards Beeville, so keep that in mind. Try to stay off those roadways if you can. But either way, as we head in towards that Sunday night to Monday time frame, that's where we start to see those temperatures dropping to freezing for sure all over the way here into Corpus Christi, heading into the overnight hours for a sustained period of time. So definitely try to stay off the roadways, especially as we're heading into Sunday morning. That's our worst chance to see some of those icy and slick roads out there. But after that, we're starting to look a little bit better, especially here around the Corpus Christi area. But either way, want to protect the 4 Ps, expecting that hard freeze as we head into Monday morning before warmer temperatures return into the middle of next week.
As temperatures drop, how do ranchers prep their livestock? I'm Stephanie Molina in Chapin Ranch, showing you firsthand how a local rancher does it.
Hey, welcome back, folks. 6:12 is your time. Getting a live look from our studio sky cam at downtown Corpus Christi. A little bit of haze right there, right? We're going to be checking in with the weather with meteorologist Stephen Jones, as it is 63 degrees out right now. But first, we're going to talk about some neighborhood news.
As temperatures drop, many South Texans spring into action. But have you ever wondered how ranchers prep their livestock? I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in Chapman Ranch, and I met up with rancher Scott Frazier, who explains to me how he does it.
During the stressful time, we'll up that corn a little bit from normal.
Scott Frazier is a local rancher and the owner of Thunder Cattle Company. When temperatures drop, he says they make sure their animals are happy and healthy.
We try to keep our animals full. Cattle are ruminant animals. They have a big stomach. They give us off a lot of heat when it's digesting and working on what they feed.
Frazier says adding more corn and cotton to their hay mix gives the cattle more energy.
Feed fairly high energy, real high protein, got some oil and stuff in them.
On a typical day, Frazier says they eat about 25 to 30 pounds of food. But when it's cold, they get fed an extra 10 pounds of feed every day until it warms up. Frazier explains why it's so important for them to maintain their livestock, especially in the beef industry.
The more comfortable our cattle are, the more opportunity they have to gain weight. The bigger, heavier, fatter they get, the better they do. These cows like this, if they're in good shape, then reproductively they get bred back. They, have healthy babies.
By lowering their stress levels, it makes them less likely to catch diseases. Ranchers also add windbreaks to help the animals. On top of that,
I make sure they have, access to their water, that we don't have a broken water line somewhere, where we don't have a trough, and then all of a sudden they're out of water, that sort of thing.
Frazier says planning ahead like you do for your pets is the same thing you would do for your livestock.
Part of me doing it ahead of time is that we're not out here when it's really cold. They kind of take care of themselves if we do it a little ahead of time.
Scott Frazier says they'll go back to feeding their livestock the same amount of feed once the cold front ends. In Chapman Ranch, I'm Stephanie Molina, KRIS 6 News.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Stephanie. So with potential inclement weather looming, we were curious if neighbors were panic buying. Neighborhood News reporter Tony Jaramillo stopped by 3 South Side stores, Sam's Club, Walmart, and H-E-B. He saw plenty of inventory as of yesterday afternoon, and he did speak with Dr. Hollenbaugh, a professor of counseling over at MUCC, on why exactly panic buying happened.
We can't control the weather, but we can control our pantry, right? So that's one thing. People want to be able to control something. The other thing is herd mentality, right? So people see other people doing it, right? Everyone else is doing this, so I should be doing this too.
So another reason the good doctor gave us was really, it's just social media posts. They can play a big role in the panic buying anxiety.
Now, of course, folks, our weather team will continue to track this cold for you. You can also keep up with your weather in your neighborhood by heading to our webpage at kristv.com.
Well, hey there and happy Friday. Coastal Bend getting a live look from our Snoopy Skycam thanks to Matthew CCAC. Definitely a cloudy view this Friday morning, but temperature-wise not so bad, waking up to those 60s, 66 degrees here at Snoopy's, and going to start to see a little bit more fog working into our Skycams as we're going through the next hour or so. Right now, looking at those visibilities, the worst of it down towards Kingsville into Falfurrias, pushing 1.3 to 1.7 miles of that reduced visibility. Off towards Rockport, also seeing just a little bit, 6 miles of visibility right now, and just a slight bit trying to push in towards the Naval Air Station. Luckily, winds are a little bit higher, so I'm not expecting we'll see quite as bad in terms of fog cover going into through the morning hours. For our temperatures, we're all waking up into the 60s, 66 degrees in Ingleside, 64 for Beeville, and 67 for Cotulla as we work towards the northwest this Friday morning. In terms of the big weather picture, here's why we have all of this cloud cover. Across the Lone Star State, we're seeing this stalled frontal boundary, and the end of that cloud cover is really here around the coastal bend, but either way, we're going to be holding on to it as we go through the rest of our day. Thanks to more of that moisture working into the area, those temperatures are also going to be pushing 80 degrees by the daytime highs, but also something worth mentioning, keep the umbrella handy. Could see 1 or 2 of those quick passing showers as we go through our morning hours, and going to hold that opportunity as we go through the afternoon with just a few of those specks of green on the radar. But by tomorrow, starts to get more into more of those downpours on the radar, I'd like to say, and a couple rumbles of thunder along that front. Right now, this front wants to bring it in just a little bit quicker, at least this model run right now sitting at about 6 a.m. Model average is sitting around 9 a.m. for the arrival of that front tomorrow morning, but either way, whenever it arrives, could see some of those rumbles of thunder and downpours, and then behind it, those plummeting temperatures and a few scattered showers remaining in the wake of that cold front. So definitely a cold rain for our Saturday, temperatures falling through the 40s, and as we head into Saturday night for Sunday morning, that's where it starts to get just a little bit tricky with some of those freezing temperatures sneaking their way into northern portions of the coastal bend by Sunday into 3 to 4 a.m. That's where we look for more of those freezing rain accumulations and maybe a couple hundredths of an inch there, so keep an our eyes out for that, and we're going to keep you updated. Either way, as we head through the day Sunday, we warm back up before we cool back down and way more as we go into Sunday night and Monday morning. We're going to expect that hard freeze for us, all of us with those temperatures falling into the 20s as we go through Monday morning for Sunday night. In terms of potential ice accumulations, this is our most aggressive model as of right now, putting 3 to 4 hundredths of an inch of ice, maybe as far south as Sinton. So like I said, with the timing of that cold front moving up just a little bit, we're getting just a little bit colder heading into it, but we'll keep you updated. Either way, as we head into next week, keep those peas protected because we're going to have those freezing mornings from Monday into Tuesday.
Well, hey, it is the end of the weekend. If you want to prepare for these freezing temperatures by making sure your gas tank is filled, probably a good idea. But don't worry, I've got the cheapest gas prices all around the Coastal Bend when we come back. Welcome back, folks. So, well, if you're thinking ahead of those, freezing temperatures, not wanting to get out there and fill up your tank during that time, I want to fill up right now. I have the cheapest prices all around the Coastal Bend, though, but then let's take a look first at the averages. According to Gas Buddy, we're looking at $2.85 as the national average. That one is actually up by about 8 cents since Monday. As for Lone Star State, $2.42, up by 6 cents since Monday. A bit better here in Corpus Christi, though, $2.33, down by 12 cents since Monday. Cheapest price I was able to find in Corpus Christi proper, other than Sam's Club, that is the Sunoco on Rodfield Road and Holly at $2.28. As for Portland, friends, cheapest price I was able to find 2 locations at the Texan and the Murphy USA next to Walmart. That's $2.27. And if you're out there on the island, looks like the cheapest price is sitting at $2.29 at the Circle K right when you get onto the island from the Flower Bluff area. Watch out for some that are closer to that $2.50 range, though. As always, you can find cheaper prices in these guys because they fluctuate during the day. Might want to stop and fill up while you can. I have all these prices posted on our website, christv.com. And now that you have filled up that tank, let's make sure the roadways are looking nice and prim and proper for you. With meteorologist Stephen Jones, take it away.
Well, thank you, Brian. Good morning, Coastal Bend. Getting a live look from our USS Lexington cam now, thanks to First Community Bank. Both the aquarium and the new Harbor Bridge in view, putting on a good show for our Friday morning, but definitely see the moisture in our atmosphere. Luckily, not as foggy here on the Lexington cam, but starting to see a couple of trouble spots out there in terms of visibility, especially as you work your way to the southwest. Kingsville at 2.5 miles of visibility. Falfurrias down to the south, less than that 1 statute mile as of right now. Rockport sitting around 6, and the Naval Air Station also seeing some slightly reduced visibility, so we're watching it as we go through the few morning hours, but shouldn't be quite as bad as yesterday. As we go through the rest of our day, going to hold on to all of that cloud cover overhead with daytime highs chasing 80 degrees into the afternoon. And here's a look at those roadways as of right now. Plenty of greens on the map, so let's get right into it here with some of our major roadways in Corpus Christi. Ocean Drive looking good and green if you're hitting that roadway. Really the only slowdown we're tracking is as you come up towards that interchange of Crosstown Expressway and Saratoga, but as we work over towards Flower Bluff, seeing a couple slowdowns there, mainly around the schools on Waldron Road, but the Naval Air Station not looking too bad, looking like a good and green Friday morning.
I'm Tony Jaramillo on the south side. With temperatures looking to drop, I'm looking into the psychology of panic buying, and I stopped at 3 stores to check inventory for you.
Well, hey there and happy Friday, Coastal Bend. Getting a live look from our Snoopy Sky Cam thanks to Matthew CCAC. It is a cloudy view out there this morning. 66 degrees on the board though, might not even need that jacket. Definitely probably won't as we head into the afternoon, but that cloud cover not going to be going anywhere today. Luckily not too much fog here on the Snoopy Sky Cam, but still seeing a couple of trouble spots out there, especially as we work our way towards the south. Falfurrias coming down to about 0.8 miles of visibility right now. Kingsville sitting around 4 miles of visibility. We're going to keep our eyes on it. Luckily winds are just slightly stronger than what we saw yesterday, so I don't think that fog will be quite as bad as yesterday. For our temperatures as of right now, all of us coming in the 60s. 63 degrees in Rockport. We're going to match that in Kingsville. Even warmer as we work our way to the northwest in Cotulla, coming in at 67 degrees, and also going to match that for George West this morning. For our dog walking forecast of the day, we've got Buddy Luna on the board, ready to go on his walk, looking like he's already ready to be snuggled in for the colder temperatures this weekend. But either way, those temperatures are nice and warm today. 69 degrees on the board by 9 a.m., 74 by 11 a.m., already pushing into the mid-70s as we head out for lunch this afternoon. And like I said, going to be chasing that 80-degree mark for daytime highs as we head towards about 3 to 4 p.m. Here's a look at how that shapes up, chasing the 80s inland, upper 70s along the coast, so really only 3 to 4 degrees of spread across the coastal bend today, and we would be even warmer if we didn't have that blanket of cloud cover overhead as we went in through the rest of the day. That's all being stirred up by this stalled frontal boundary, and you can see the rain chances pick up just a little bit as you work closer to that stalled frontal boundary, but luckily that next cold front is on the way as we head into tomorrow. Here's a look at our future tracker and temperatures as we're going through about the next 48 to 72 hours. Keep the umbrella handy for today. We're going to see a few isolated showers, but they're going to be quick and not too heavy in terms of that. But as we go through the overnight hours into tomorrow morning, this model run has sped up that cold front's arrival going in towards 6 a.m. tomorrow. I will let you know model average still brings it in around 9 a.m., so a little bit later into the morning hours, but either way on the leading edge of it, could see some of those thunderstorms, definitely some downpours and some rumbles of thunder along the leading edge of it. Temperature is going to plummet behind it into the 50s, then into the 40s as we head into the afternoon, and we're going to hold on to that scattered rain chance tomorrow. So just a cold rain right now. We're not expecting any of that freezing rain for our Saturday, but things get tricky as we head into early Sunday morning. We start to see those freezing temperatures trying to sneak their way into northern portions of the coastal bend by Sunday morning. Could see it as early as 2 a.m. and for areas like Goliad, Beeville, George West, that's really where we'd be watching for some of those freezing temperatures and potentially freezing ice accumulations. Right now, some of our most aggressive models do bring it through B County, but in terms of those accumulations, it's looking like less than 5/100ths of an inch, maybe 3 or 4/100ths of an inch on the high end. So rather manageable for us here. Not going to be quite what they see up into San Antonio and Austin, but either way, temperatures are going to drop definitely as we go into Sunday night and then Monday morning. Take a look here as we go in towards Sunday 9 p.m. already into those upper 20s in northern portions of the coastal bend, and those 20s going to make their return pretty much to the entire coastal bend as we head through the overnight hours. Looks like we'll start freezing here around Corpus Christi towards that 3 to 4 a.m. time frame heading into Monday morning. In terms of our extreme cold watch, we definitely still have it here in effect from tomorrow afternoon through Monday morning. Off towards the north, you see it very off there. It's going to be clear off towards it goes to San Antonio. That's because they're under that cold weather warning heading into the next few days because they already know it's getting a little bit closer. We've got just a little bit more time here in the coastal bend. For that 7-day forecast, going to see rain chances the next couple of days, but remember to protect those 4 Ps. Going to have that hard freeze heading into Monday morning.
And you know what? Coming up with cold weather expected our way, we're sharing weekend plans that are sure to keep things cool but warm for you. Stay with us, folks.
Now, the local events and fun things to do. It's Coastal Bend Weekend with the Hoffmans.
Welcome back, folks. So if your plan is to stay indoors with those temperatures expected to drop, you don't have to let cabin fever snowball. There are still plenty of things you can do in this Coastal Bend weekend.
Yes, we have a look at events happening in your neighborhood that are cool but guaranteed to keep you warm inside.
For all you creatives out there, no need to let go of your weekend plans at all. Bricks and Minifigs is heating things up with a 2-day builder extravaganza.
My Own Creations, also known as MOC Fest 2026, is happening today and tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
The store will be transformed into a full showcase of imaginative Lego builds for the community to explore, vote on, and just brickly enjoy.
There will also be raffles, prizes, and food trucks.
If you're looking to nest and spruce things on up, the 27th annual Corpus Christi Home and Garden Show is the perfect place to weather the weekend.
It's happening at the Hillard Center all weekend long. Explore ideas for your home and outdoor spaces, discover new products, and meet local vendors all under one roof.
And the best part? Admission is free.
If you're feeling lucky, you can take a gamble in Rockport. The Texas Maritime Museum is hosting its 29th annual Mahjong tournament.
All skill levels are invited for some friendly competition, prizes, and plenty of tile-turning fun.
And if you're in the mood for a little drama, the theatrical kind, don't forget to check out the Aurora Arts Theater and Harbor Playhouse.
They're serving up a full lineup of shows this season with performances throughout the weekend featuring local talent. And for more information on those events, or even more we didn't have time for, visit our website. If you got your own too, send us a message. We'll feature it.
And now let's hand things over to meteorologist Stephen Jones for a look at our Friday and weekend forecast.
Well, thank you guys. There's definitely a lot going on this weekend. It's looking like a cold weekend either way for us. Starting off our Friday morning, pretty warm though out there right now. Here's a live look at that SPID Skycam. Starting to see a few more cars on the roadway. 66 degrees as you're heading out the door with those winds about 7 miles an hour coming in from the southeast. Continuing to bring in some moisture, but luckily with the speed, it's mixing up our atmosphere a little bit more, not allowing quite as much fog to take place in the area. Temperatures across the board though are in those 60s. 66 for Beeville, 63 in Rockport, 63 also as we work our way over towards Kingsville, with some of those reduced visibilities definitely making themselves known. We're mainly seeing the worst of it off towards Rockport with 6 miles of reduced visibility, and then clearly the worst off towards the south towards Falfurrias, seeing less than 1 statute mile of visibility right now, with just a little bit sneaking in towards the Naval Air Station. So keep that in mind if you're going to be hitting the roadways here soon. In terms of the radar, looking nice and dry right now, but we're going to start to see a few more specks of green on the radar as we head through the rest of our day. Those daytime highs also going to be chasing 80 degrees, but if you ask me, not too bad as we're heading into our Friday.
Coming up, cold temperatures are on the way here in the Coastal Bend, and TxDOT is already preparing what's being done to keep roads safe in just a bit.
And with Stage 3 water restrictions underway, we spoke with experts on what the best ways to keep your pipes from bursting.
Now, 20 minutes of non-stop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes nonstop news with the Hoffmans, folks. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, we have plenty of neighborhood news for you, as you just heard. But first, we got to check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones. He has a look at our roads and the weather this morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, good morning, you guys. You know, the road's looking pretty green, good and green as we're heading into our Friday, but there's a little bit of fog once again we're worrying about. Luckily, not as bad as we saw yesterday, but still definitely a couple of trouble spots out there. Here's a live look at our SPID Skycam. You could definitely see the moisture in the air. A few more cars starting to head out on that roadway as we head closer to 7 a.m., but luckily still flowing nice and smooth. We're seeing some of the worst of that fog right now down to the south towards Falfurrias, coming in at less than a mile of visibility. So definitely want to keep give yourself a couple extra minutes as you're heading out the door down there. Also seeing it worse towards Rockport with 6 miles of visibility, and some of that fog creeping into Kingsville, about 4 miles of visibility right now. As we look at the roadways for you, plenty of greens on the map, so let's get right into it here. Taking a look over towards Robstown and Calallen for your morning commute, both 37 and 44 if you're hitting those roadways are coming in the clear. So for our major ones here in Corpus Christi, not tracking too much as of right now. The only slowdowns are on Saratoga as you're coming up to the Crosstown Expressway, but other than that, good and green for our major roadways. So working towards the Bluff now, Waldron Road, want to keep your a mind on that. Of course, seeing just that normal slowdown towards the schools, but the Naval Air Station not even looking too bad as we head into our Friday. Just be wary of that fog if you're hitting the roadways.
Thank you so much, Stephen. We're going to check back in with you in just a little bit, but first, folks, we have plenty of neighborhood news to get to this morning.
TxDOT crews are hard at work preparing the roadways for possible freezing rain and icy conditions. Crews are out pre-treating roads on Thursday, placing brine, which is a mixture of salt and water, and this helps prevent ice from building up on roads. It's on all elevated roadways across the Corpus Christi district's 10 counties, including major bridges like the JFK and Nueces Bay Causeways and the Nueces River Bridge.
We have a two-step process. We'll brine it first, hope that we don't get any ice accumulated. If we do, we'll come back with the ice rock.
The Harbor Bridge will be pre-treated by the Harbor Bridge developer, and barricades will be staged at major entrance ramps. And to drip or not to drip? That's the question many homeowners are asking, especially with those Stage 3 water restrictions in place. Senior Neighborhood News reporter Suzanne Stevens spoke with a CCW official who says dripping your faucet should only happen after other steps are taken. CCW says homeowners should start outside first by insulating exposed pipes, covering outdoor spigots, and draining any unused irrigation lines.
If the homeowner feels that all of those measures are not enough to protect the home, then it is recommended to drip the faucet that's the farthest extent of the house.
The city emphasizes one faucet, a slight drip, and only when necessary. They also recommend catching that water and reusing it when possible.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter on the south side. As neighbors begin to anticipate inclement weather, some might start panic buying as well. I was curious to find out why and if it's happening in your neighborhood. I'm going to visit 3 stores in Corpus Christi just to see what the stock is looking like of certain items. And the first stop, Sam's Club. All right, we're done at Sam's Club. It's almost 11:30, and they had plenty of toilet paper, plenty of water bottles, but I did see a ton of people with those items in their cart. So now it's time for stop number 2. Walmart. So just like Sam's Club, Walmart had plenty of water bottles, plenty of toilet paper, and I didn't see as many people as I did at Sam's buying that stuff here. I think you know where I'm headed for the next stop. Last but not least, H-E-B. It's about 12:15, and as of this recording, just like Sam's and Walmart, there's plenty of inventory, plenty of toilet paper, plenty of water bottles here at the H-E-B on Saratoga. So what exactly is panic buying?
Panic buying is when people buy out of anxiety, right? So they're experiencing anxiety, they're feeling panic, and so then they go purchase things.
Dr. Hollenball reminds, in these situations, don't panic and think about the rest of the community when these events happen. On the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
As temperatures drop, many South Texans spring into action. But have you ever wondered how ranchers prep their livestock? I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in Chapman Ranch, and I met up with rancher Scott Frazier, who explains to me how he does it.
Scott Frazier is a local rancher and the owner of Thunder Cattle Company. When temperatures drop, he says they make sure their animals are happy and healthy. Frazier says adding more corn and cotton to their hay mix gives the cattle more energy. Ranchers also add windbreaks to help the animals. On top of that, Frazier says planning ahead like you do for your pets is the same thing you would do for your livestock.
Scott Frazier says they'll go back to feeding their livestock the same amount of feed once the cold front ends. In Chapman Ranch, I'm Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
Stephanie, thank you so much. A new fire station in Benketti is set to bring faster response times and added protection. It will be part of Nueces County ESD4, the same agency that saw 5 volunteer firefighters take their leave of absence on Monday. Fire Chief Michael Clark says their decision will not affect this location because the majority of volunteers who left did not respond to it. ESD4 will also assist Benketti ISD and the location chosen with neighbors in mind. Once the station is finished, it could house a full crew of firefighters along with a team of paramedics.
Well, officials in Jim Wells County also announced the opening of their own warming centers. Jim Wells County Emergency Management Coordinator Lance Brown is urging residents to prepare right now. The county is opening 3 warming centers with a total of more than 500 cots available inside.
I mean, this is going to be a very cold front coming through, and so we really want everybody to be safe. There shouldn't be anybody left out in the cold.
The warming centers are at the Old Church in Fremont, the Alice Public Library during daytime hours, and the Jim Wells County Fairgrounds, opening Saturday night through Sunday. Cross Trails Cowboy Church in Orange Grove, that's also going to serve as a warming location.
Several airlines are allowing passengers to rebook or cancel flights ahead of the weekend's winter storm prediction for more than half the country. United, Delta, American, and Southwest Airlines all released travel advisories. They're offering customers a chance to change their plans if they're traveling over the next few days. And they're also waiving rebooking fees as long as the rescheduled travel takes place within a specific amount of days. On Thursday, Delta proactively canceled some flights across 5 states, including Texas. Those flights have been rebooked. And of course, folks, our weather team will continue to track this cold for you. You can also keep up with the weather in your neighborhood by heading to our weather page at christv.com. Now let's hand it over to Stephen Jones for another look at your forecast.
Well, thank you, Michelle, and happy Friday there, Coastal Bend. Taking a look now at our Snoopy Skycam thanks to Matthew CCAC. Definitely a cloudy Friday we're waking up to, but luckily those temperatures not too bad. 66 degrees over here at the Snoopy Skycam. Winds coming in from the southeast about 7 miles an hour, so not too much to complain about today. Temperatures across the board for us are really in the 60s. 67 in Ingleside, 64 for Beeville, 63 as you're waking up in Alice and Kingsville this morning. As we go through the rest of the day, though, we're going to hold on to all that cloud cover. I don't think we see see quite as much sunshine into the afternoon hours. Either way, those temperatures going to rise right on up, getting to that 80-degree mark for daytime highs here in Corpus Christi and plenty of our inland communities. As you work along the coast, I should say, starts to see more of those upper 70s for daytime highs. So really not too bad as we hold on to that southeasterly wind about 15 to 20 miles an hour. And this is the reason for all of that cloud cover overhead. We've got this stalled frontal boundary over the Lone Star State, stirring up some of those scattered rain chances closer to it, and plenty of cloud cover for all of us, including us here in South Texas. As we go through the next few days, though, that Arctic blast is set to arrive as we go into tomorrow morning. Heading through today, you want to keep that umbrella handy. We could see a couple of isolated showers. Those temperatures on the rise, like I said, towards 80 degrees as we head towards tomorrow morning. That's when the cold front looks to arrive. Models have sped it up just a little bit. This one pushes it to about 6 a.m. The model average right now sitting closer to that 8 to 9 a.m. hour. Either way, looking like it'll arrive tomorrow morning, and we could see some thunderstorms along the leading edge of that when it does arrive. And behind the front, of course, temperatures are going to plummet, and we're going to see a couple of scattered showers remaining in the area. So either way, want to keep that umbrella handy as we're heading through our Saturday. And it's going to be a very cold rain with those temperatures going through the 40s. As we head into Sunday morning, 2 a.m., those freezing temperatures look to start sneaking their way into northern portions of the coastal bend towards Beeville, Goliad, George West. Want to be mindful of that. Could see some freezing rain up there. Right now, ice accumulations look as low as the hundredths of an inch, though, so could still be rather manageable for us, but we're keeping our eyes on it. If that cold front speeds up any more, could be even colder and a couple more of us getting in on that freezing rain chance. As we head into Sunday night, though, that's where we're going to start to see that hard freeze making its return to the area. Those 20s in terms of temperatures as we head into the midnight time frame, and freezing temperatures already making their way into Corpus Christi as we head towards about 2 a.m. for Monday morning. So keep that in mind. Protect the 4Ps. We're expecting that hard freeze as we head through Sunday night into Monday morning. Then we're going to warm up pretty nicely as we head into next week with the 50s by Tuesday, the 60s on the board by Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Stephen. We have an update on a crash that took place 1 week ago in Robstown, where father Randy Rubio and two of his children were killed in an accident on County Road 77. According to Sergeant Rob Mallory with DPS, a vehicle ran a stop sign, striking Rubio's car on the driver's side door. 24-year-old Joshua Galvan was arrested earlier on yesterday evening, I should say, on 3 counts of manslaughter. So Governor
6 things to know before you go.
Governor Greg Abbott issued a disaster declaration for 134 counties in the state. This will allow for the deployment of state resources to keep Texans safe during the severe weather conditions expected over the weekend. Abbott, who was joined by members of various agencies, including ERCOT and TxDOT, urged Texans to prepare in advance. The governor also emphasized the importance of staying home and avoiding driving during these extreme conditions if you can.
In anticipation of the inclement weather, the city will open 2 overnight refuge centers. From this Saturday to next Thursday, neighbors could get out of the cold at the Ben Garza Gym on Howard Street, as well as the Del Mar College Windward Campus FEMA Dome entrance number 1. It's on Old Brownsville Road. The city will also open 4 daytime warming centers on Sunday. All public libraries and senior centers are also available during regular operating hours. The RTA will be providing free rides to any of these destinations.
Well, a Brooks County ISD employee has been charged with indecency with a minor by means of sexual contact following an alleged incident that happened last year. Robert Bobby Signs is currently free on a $25,000 bail. His arrest came in connection with a complaint filed by a minor student at Falfurrias High School who claimed that Signs had kissed her. Signs, who was the school's athletic coach, resigned from Brooks ISD after being suspended from his duties.
A major rally planned in Minneapolis tonight calls for ICE agents to leave the city. Organizers of the ICE Out event are calling for residents to not go to work, school, or shopping in protest of the federal actions. The ICE Out boycott has support from Minnesota unions, progressive faith leaders, Democratic lawmakers, and dozens of local businesses. It comes after a string of incidents with agents in the city, including the shooting death of Renee Good and most recently, the detention of a 5-year-old child by agents.
Well, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is expected to be in court on today, I should say. Luigi Mangione's legal team will present their case for why the contents of his backpack should not be allowed as evidence in his criminal trial. Police found the alleged murder weapon and a notebook inside the backpack when Mangione was detained over at a McDonald's. However, the defense argues that the officers violated Mangione's constitutional rights against illegal search and seizure because they lacked a warrant when they searched his backpack.
The annual March for Life rally is set to take place in Washington, D.C. today with some big names in attendance. It's an anti-abortion event attended by tens of thousands of people each year. Vice President J.D. Vance and House Speaker Mike Johnson are some of the big names who will speak to the crowds at the event. Vance and his wife just announced that they're expecting their fourth child, too. However, with cold weather sweeping across the country, this year's event could be more muted than previous years.
So when winter weather strikes, travel chaos tends to follow. Scripps News Group's consumer reporter John Matarese has a look at how travel insurance may or may not help you this weekend, so you don't waste your money.
From the roadways to the airports, the potential for snow and ice may have you rethinking your travel plans. Now, if you've bought travel insurance, you may be in luck when it comes to refunds, but there are still some things you need to think about. Winter storms leave travelers uncertain and frustrated.
They reschedule us for tomorrow, but there's no guarantees they won't cancel that one.
Major delays with de-icing for an hour. It's been just a survival mode.
While travel insurance can't change the path of a winter storm, it can help protect your finances if Mother Nature makes a mess of your trip.
During winter months like this, where a storm could pop up, we would highly recommend purchasing travel insurance.
Rupa Mehta is the chief executive officer of the travel insurance company Squaremouth. She says many insurance policies provide coverage if travel is significantly impacted by winter weather. A comprehensive plan can help cover non-refundable costs like flights, hotels, and tours.
There are also often benefits like travel delay coverage that can reimburse you for meals, hotels, transportation.
However, this only applies to policies purchased before the winter storm was announced.
Getting the insurance as early as possible once you book your trip is critical.
Coverage for trip cancellation varies by policy, but you're likely covered under these scenarios. If an airline or airport shuts down, if you've been in an accident on the way to the airport, if a storm has caused damage to where you've booked your trip. Common exclusions include foreseeable events like a named hurricane and fears or concern about weather. And each provider sets its own stipulations for how long a delay must last before coverage kicks in. So consider travel insurance benefits or risk paying out of pocket. That way you don't waste your money. John Matarese, Scripps News Group.
All right, here's a look at what is trending, folks. 10 films are going to go head-to-head for the title of Best Picture at this year's Academy Awards. They include F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, and Marty Supreme, as well as One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, The Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Sinners is now holding the record for the most Oscar nominations ever with 16 nods. The Academy Awards will be hosted by Conan O'Brien and air on March 15th. I have not seen any of those yet.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't heard any of those, but that's okay. I feel like it's a good time, especially with the weather, to catch up on any of these movies. But we're kind of stuck on Stranger Things, Stephen.
We are. We're still catching up.
Okay, but you know, that's not too far behind. We're only into January now, so about a month behind. The list is ever growing, though, in terms of things to watch, you know, and now we've got, about 10 more movies to add to that list, so we'll see if the list ever ends, but this weekend is looking like a good one to maybe stay inside, enjoy some of those movies, and try to stay warm out there, because we've got temperatures on the drop after we go through tomorrow. As we're waking up for our Friday morning, though, it's not too bad at all. 65 degrees on the board. Here's a live look at that SPID Skycam. More commuters starting to fill up the roadways now, but still flowing nice and smooth along SPID. But we're all waking up to those cloudy skies, and we're going to hold on to those cloudy skies pretty much our entire Friday. There's also a couple spots where we're seeing more of that fog out there. Rockport down to about 6 miles of visibility. Falfurrias seeing the worst of it, less than a mile of visibility down there, so want to give yourself a couple extra minutes on the roadways. Luckily here around Corpus Christi, the Naval Air Station, and Robstown, we're pretty close to coming into clear, but there's definitely some noticeable moisture in the atmosphere. For our dog walking forecast this Friday, we've got Buddy Luna on the board today, already looking like he's snuggled in, ready for the cold blast that's on the way tomorrow. But if Buddy's going on a walk this morning, those temperatures are looking pretty nice. 69 degrees by 9 a.m., 74 as we head into 11 a.m., and already chasing the mid-70s as we head out for lunch this afternoon. Those winds going to remain out of the southeast as we chase daytime highs around 80 degrees inland towards 3 p.m. or so, and going to see those upper 70s make their way known along the coast, but really only a few degrees of spread as we go through our Friday. That bigger temperature spread on the way as we go into tomorrow. tomorrow. Here's how that shapes up on the future tracker. I'd keep the umbrella handy today because we could see a few isolated passing showers. They're going to be pretty light though. The stronger downpours to arrive along that front as we head into tomorrow morning. They have sped up the timing just a little bit in terms of model guidance on this front. This one wants to bring it in around 6 a.m. I think that's still a little aggressive. Model average wants to keep it closer to 9 a.m., which I think is more reasonable. Either way, we could see a leading edge of thunderstorms along that front, and then the temperatures behind it, of course, going to plummet through the 50s and then into the 40s as we head into Saturday afternoon. Still going to hold on to a scattered shower chance tomorrow. Also, just this very cold rain, not expecting those icy accumulations yet. But as we head into Sunday morning, that's where things get a little trickier. By that Sunday to 2 a.m. time frame, starting to see maybe some freezing temperatures working into northern Bee County towards Goliad and Beeville there. But as we head into further portions of Sunday morning, that's the best chance for any of those freezing rain accumulations. Right now, models do keep it around 0.02 of an inch or so up towards Beeville, so very manageable, but either way, want to stay off the roadways with that. And then as we head in towards Sunday night and Monday morning, here's where we expect the temperatures to really drop under those clear skies. Already seeing freezing temperatures by 9 p.m. Sunday night. The 20s already making their way into Goliad. Here in Corpus Christi, we start to see those freezing temperatures make their way arrival around 2 to 3 a.m. Monday night and then continuing through Monday morning. So that's where we're going to expect that hard freeze for us, with temperatures dropping as low as the 20s. When we're looking at the difference between a light freeze and a hard freeze, just keep in mind that light freeze is anything around 29 to 32 degrees for a sustained amount of hours. But when we're heading into Monday morning, that's where we're going to be at 28 degrees or lower, pretty likely for a sustained amount of hours, at least that 2 hours. So want to wrap up those pipes and protect them if you can, because it is going to get dangerously cold as we're heading through these next few days, and want to stay off those roadways, especially as we head into our Sunday morning. As we're looking at that 7-day forecast, here's a look at how we're going to be shaping up. We've got that cold front working in by tomorrow morning, temperatures plummeting behind it. Going to be 33 degrees by Sunday morning, just above freezing here in Corpus Christi, and then that hard freeze expected heading into Monday morning. So want to protect the 4Ps for sure, because it is going to get cold for us.
But thank you so much, Stephen, for even warning us about this and for keeping everybody calm while doing so.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Of course, thank you. And I mean, we're just going to try and be prepared as much as we can. I'll keep you updated on any of those future updates.
And you're going to be your Sunday too, right?
Yes, after the weekend, we're going to be watching it for sure.
Yeah, well, have a great weekend, guys. Stay warm out there. We'll see you Monday.